Hi everybody, this is Fergie. Let's get on with the show. I recently bought a couple Mora companion knives. One's an HD and one's just a standard companion. And their one's just a little bit thicker than the other. But I was looking for modifications. People have been putting fire starters in these. Make them like a camp knife, which I think has been fantastic. But in order to make this stay with your knife, you've got to use plastic, and you got to use duct tape, and you've got to use glue, hot glue. You got to use paracord. It looked horrible. It looked ugly, and I thought, we're makers. Surely there's something on Thingiverse that I can use as a maker in order to make it look fantastic. So I looked, and there was only one that I saw, and it did have something for the Ferro rod on one side, but on the other side was a big old container for a lighter, which is something I didn't like the look of that. So I took it to Tinkercad, and I cut off the part that was lighter. So let's take a look at that. And it came up with this. Okay, so as you can see, it has this side for the ferro rod here. The ferro rod does, let me put this together for you. There we go. Just come out very easily. There's no problem with clearance at all. I can even use a thicker ferro rod if I wanted. Use a little elastic to keep it tight. Put a little Velcro on the top to keep this tight. And instead of using glue, I took PLA and I just melted it along here, and it seems to work great. I mean, it's solid, it's not coming off. So that was great. I was really happy with this. What I wasn't happy with was it's PLA, and that means that these areas right here can easily crack if they're hit too hard. And that will just fall off. I wouldn't even know that it was gone. So I needed something a little bit more. So my next iteration, here we go, was to take the same design, take it to Tinkercad, and add something on the other side. They wanted something a little bit more practical. So I had the ferro rod on one side, and on the other side, I have something for a flashlight. Pretty generic size, nothing fancy about the flashlight. But I thought that looked great. If I took this and I stuck that in there like that, nice. Now I can start a fire if I'm running around. I don't have to carry a separate flashlight because it's already on my belt. I thought this was a really great design, but once again, not very robust. So then, being a maker, I thought, well, what else can I do? So I went ahead and I printed the exact same thing in TPU. The print was great, didn't need any supports. Just standard 210 degree temperature to melt it, 100% speed. And as you can see, this turned out even a little bit better than the PLA. It is very flexible. And that does fit right in there like that. So if I was happy with this, you just need to run a bead right there of TPU, and this would stick on there, it wouldn't come off. It does fuse with the plastic here, and I would be in great shape. But once again, I'm still afraid that this flashlight would fall off and I would never see it again. So the next thing I did was reinforce it quite a bit. So let's take a look at the reinforced version. Now all these versions are on my page on Thingiverse, and I'll leave a link below. Here is the latest iteration. As you can see, it's much more robust. It's not coming off. This is a PLA, but even being PLA, I'm not afraid of this coming off. I did have a problem with the flashlight going all the way in. It went about that far and it wouldn't go all the way through. So what I did was I took one of my favorite things, portable soldering iron, and all I had to do was heat it up, and I melted it right here, right on the edge, very controlled. I took this and just pushed it as hard as I could. It's seated right in now, so it's a custom fit. This does go on the other side very well, and it fits like a glove. It really fits well. All I need to do is run a bead of PLA around here, and I'm done. So these are my suggestions for must-have modifications for any kind of camping knife, especially the Moras. These are designed specifically for the Mora companions. And I think they'll work great. And I think you'll enjoy them. I know I am as well. If you have any questions, just let me know down at the bottom. And you all have a great day.